Hello and welcome to MMS Round 9 for the home of British motor racing. We are here in Silverstone for a British Grand Prix. We're racing around the bridge layout, the track that is 5.1 kilometer long, 17 corners, 10 to the right and 7 to the left. Track where they take full throttle for 17% of the lap, 70%, sorry. It's quite overcast in here, but it should rain in the race. Track temperature at the moment is at 15 degrees Celsius and air temperature is 7 degrees. So the drivers have to look out on the first lap to get the tires and brakes nicely up the temperature. Before we go have a look at the qualifier results, let's have a look at current championship standings.
Yes, so hello. Reiko Rakes is leading the championship right now on 47 points, followed by Turwick on 45, 2-point gap. Is in P3 on 32 points, so there's a bit of a gap there, followed by Tugud and then QBO and Valyak. Constructors, BMW Williams have a commanding 11-point lead at this point in time on 77 points on 66, and McLaren on 51.
Right, let's have a look at the grid order then. Right for the Ferrari driver, and joining him on front row is Dimitri Rada for Williams. The same front row was also in the American Grand Prix. Third place on the grid, we have Alex Tugud for Renault, and joining him on second row is Jamie Ferguson for Ferrari. Great qualifier result by both of the Ferraris. Fifth place on the grid is also got by Michal Valyak in the McLaren, and sixth place on the grid we have Lewis Sage for Jordan. Good qualifying result by Louis. Seventh place on the grid we have Casper Borgeland in Jaguar. Surprising qualifier result by him. Joining him on fourth row is Lego Fancy in Toyota. Ninth place on the grid we have Jacob Kubisak for Sauber. And 10th place on the grid, we have Charlie Long in the second of Renault's. 11th place on the grid, we have Aaron Curtis for Toyota. And joining him on 6th row is Ben Misery for BAR Honda. Connor Johnson is 13th place for Jordan. And joining him on 7th row is Formula Sam for BAR Honda. Formula Sam getting out-qualified by Ben Misery in the first time in 4 races. John Voda is 15th place in qualifying and on the grid for Minardi. And joining him on the grid is Matthew Turwick for Williams. Matthew Turwick got held in qualifying on his one on the lap, really unfortunate for the Williams driver. 17th place on the grid, we have QBO for McLaren, same reason for why he's down the order. And 18th place on the grid, we have Quinton Wells in the second of Jaguars. 19th place, we have Jack Wack for Minardi. And 20th and last, we have Milos Teresen, who had a heavy crash in qualifying. That's why he's starting last, because he had to change some elements of his car. But now we're waiting for the race to start as all the cars are on the grid. The tension is rising, and yes, I'm talking about the race start, not anything else. As now they are revving up the cars, the lights are coming on, 3 lights, and it's go for the British Grand Prix. It doesn't look that Ferrari of Reichs have the best of starts. Radov might get the move done to the inside, and I think he has just done it. Reichs is down to second from pole position.
Flying off. I see a front wing. Someone has lost their front wing already. Oh,
that's Jordan. Yes, you're right. It was quite messy start for the Jordan driver. Did he get collected by Ben? I think he did.
Ben Misery.
Yeah, that might be something to look into next time. As for the Jordan driver, I wasn't contact behind. I don't think that front wing was really dangerous for all the drivers, but I think it missed everything. As now we have a Williams who got a bit airborne. I think it was the Turwick. But now we're on board Turwick, and I think he... I saw him getting... Yeah. I saw him getting like sideways or airborne or whatever a bit. Oh, yep, there we go. Wells.
The move stick there, honestly.
Yeah. Right, onto the straight. Reichs is second, Alex Tugud third. He's fighting Fredriksson for the final place on the podium. Radov wants to make it make the best effort he can. Fredriksson actually for 4th place. That's a bit surprising, but now he lost some ground and is getting attacked by McLaren of Valyak. Ferguson is trying to get the Renault out of the way, and as Radov is flexing his muscles on that car to get away from the a bit. As now, hang on.
Alright, well,
Right,
here we see
sorry about
on board with Valiak, Berglund going a bit wide. Oh, he's come. Oh, there was a bit of contact there. Probably a bit
Right.
lucky there to not
Better
lose
now.
front wing.
Right, on to lap
So-
2 we go now. Radov is leading the race. Rikes is right behind, and right behind them is also the Renault Too Good. Towards Maggots
Here
and
comes
Beckett we
Rikes.
go. The Ferrari is really close to the Williams driver. Can he make anything work? But there comes Alex!
Renault sticks his. Oh, the Renault!
But lost some ground mid-corner.
That's going to give Fredrickson an opportunity to
Onto the
catch
straight
up
we go.
the straight. The hanger straight.
But look at Too Good. Maybe trying to make a move into
Renault
Stowe.
going up the side.
But Reich sticks it around the outside. And keeps the position.
What about
Maybe
Fredrickson?
Yeah, he's really close. And the top 4 is pulling away from the 5th place man, who is now Lego. Surprising by him.
Really,
and Radov is...
building a gap now.
Yes, Radov isn't actually away too much. Like, Reich is just there, like in second. But yeah, the top 4 is pulling away from the others, and that's not what the compact drivers like Kubio and Turvik wanted. So now there's also a huge grab for the lower point bane positions.
It looks like
second, please.
Sark has moved down the order from a very good qualifying performance, but trying to make up positions again. There's Lelong and the other Renault in the background as well. Trying to make a move, puts a nose underneath, but there. And through Maggots and Beckett's here, you can see that the drivers can really follow each other quite closely. Obviously, the straight provides a great opportunity for overtaking, but here comes Rakes for battle for the lead now, coming into the little chicane. Rakes is stuck his nose underneath.
And gets around the outside, gets the move done. Also, now I hope that cutting out isn't that big anymore because I did something. But Radov tried something else. Top 4 is really close between each other, and they're pulling away, all 4 of them. And Reichs, all he wants to do is now pulling a bit of a gap. So Radov couldn't really pressurize him. On lap 4, we are going on to lap 4 now of the race. And now we can see that maybe any of the cars who have a bit better top speed can maybe make a difference on this straight. There's a free white moment. And this is exactly what
as well. Turwick has not made too many positions.
But here comes Turwick into co-ops. And he got at least one move done on Misery. And Serezny has made a good start. He was last, now up to 15th. But Turwick isn't making too much of progress, and Kubio is still down there. Misery and Serezny are side by side.
Serezny tapping the back of Misery there, so...
Yeah, Long going on a move for Kubasek.
Inside of Kubasek, and it's going to allow Sam to come through too, in the BAR.
Yeah, stage over Puagland, makes a move into Klopp section. Puagland fights back, but around the outside is the best place to go. Too Good has overtaken Radov. I think the same move, dive bomb to Klopp. He pushes him a bit wide and done, I think.
Just capitalized on it and went up the inside.
Yeah, I think there was some slight contact, but nothing too major.
Yeah.
Nothing too major.
No.
Strikes is 1.6 ahead of Alex Toogood, and this is exactly what the Ferrari driver wanted. To get a bit of a gap and control the race. There's some side-by-side movements going through the chicane and under the bridge. Louis H in the lead of a huge train at the moment. And Michal Valiak is now in free air as well, but we'll see, is he gonna catch up to the top 4 now?
There's a lot of wide things going through the second to last corner. A lot of cars.
Yeah.
They're just gonna have to keep it clean, if I'm honest, if they're gonna keep going wide like that. And,
yeah, Louis Sage is holding. I mean, Puigland is holding up a train, and this is allowing Turvik to maybe capitalize. Turvik has just made a double overtake. Up to 9th. That is good for the at the moment second place in championship, but his championship rival at the moment is in lead of the race. As now we're having a replay.
This is from Lalonde. Lalonde hitting the side pod of Sam, letting Turvik overtake and make the double overtake on the two cars that have slowed themselves down a bit going into Magnus.
Sam lost a lot of speed in the Magnus and Beckett section, and that allowed Lalonde to have a maybe look back, but there comes, I believe, the Toyota of Curtis, trying to maybe have a look on Kubisak, and this is a nice scrap going on. Meanwhile, all these are battling, the top 4 are still pulling away.
Yes.
But and the top 4 are actually nearing to lap someone. What's not perfect, but... No, I think it's Cubio.
I think.
Let's have a look, what happened at the Cubio? Cubio, middle of nowhere.
What has happened to Cubio? I reckon there's been contact somewhere with Jack.
Yeah, but that happened a long time ago. That happened a long time ago.
Yeah.
As we have some information that Lilong, the Renault driver, isn't quite happy with the drivers.
Yeah, pit stop. Both Jack and Cubio having to pit.
Yeah, I think they had. Yep, okay, they've touched.
There's major damage to Cubio's front wing, and I think I saw no rear wing on Jack's car, so Jack.
This happened 2 laps ago. This happened 2 laps ago, but yep, there's the reason. Okay.
So Cubio is.
Into Maggots and Beckett's, maybe. Maybe into Maggots and Beckett's. Well, we've spent about 1.5 minutes trying to see. Oh, okay, there we go.
That looks like the incident we were trying to see. So Jack Wack is ahead of Cubio at this moment in time.
Oh!
Wrapping up over the end.
This is not a good race for Cubio at the moment. And that's why he's in the middle of nowhere, and same with Jack Wack. But Rikes and Alex are pulling away from 3rd and 4th place, rather than holding up Ericsson. As Valyak has also caught up to the 3rd and 4th place battle, as top 2 are going away. No investigation in that incident, so no investigation for the incident with Lilong. So yeah, that was expected. That took a long while to say.
Yeah.
As now we are on lap 6 out of 23. There's still some battles. Turvik is trying to get into the points. He's right behind Lego, and this shouldn't be too hard of an overtake. One has Toyota, one has Williams. I wonder what's quicker. Maybe into Stowe.
Yeah.
Into Stowe, not making a move stick, but I think Turvik might try into the clubs. No? Okay.
Bit of contact
taking
there.
it cautiously.
Turvik.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to take too many risks, because all he needs to do is damage limitation, although he's already 2 points behind the championship leader. He doesn't want to get any damage, but he sends Lego wide in one of the chicanes, but still doesn't make the move stick. This is holding him up so much. Maybe into this little section of corners. Can he make anything work? This is really costing Turvik time. Like, yeah, he wants to get through these cars to get behind the top 5 as soon as possible. But now, as we are on lap 7, and he still can't get the moves done. He's in lap 7 and he's in lap 9, I can't see. Okay, so it's lap 7, sorry about that. For Maggots and Beckett, and Turvik is still getting helped by the Toyota of Lego. Round 2, BMW power against the Toyota power. Pulls out of the slipstream. This might give the Renault of Lilong a chance as well. 3 wide momentarily, but this actually...
Overtake. What a move.
Yeah, and Turvik he wanted to gain a position, he lost one instead. So this is far from ideal. But Tuvik now has none of it, and at least wants to remain the position he had. Around the outside goes Tuvik, around the Toyota of Lego. They're still side by side going to the chicane section and the bridge section. I think that move is now done, sealed, and wrapped up. So it took a while, but finally he got it done. As we near the end of lap 7, it's been quite an eventful race so far. But yeah, QBO now finds some cars ahead of him, a car ahead of him, I should say. Johnson in the Jordan, side by side for the chicane sector. Under the bridge, QBO has really nothing to lose and goes around the outside of Johnson at the exit of bridge. Beautiful overtake by the driver, as Rikes is now flexing the muscle of the Ferrari car, getting away from Alex Duguid. Valjak is now pressurizing Fredriksson, who is not even too close to Radev, as into Stowe. McLaren of Valjak made a daring move, gets hit from the back by Fredriksson, and that's the McLaren of Valjak up to 4th place in the race. Can he maybe catch up to Radev and Duguid, or maybe even Rikes, the race leader? We'll see. That's now Radev actually catching up.
Rikes has been putting in some very, very good laps, so
yeah,
pulling away from all of the group. Now they're all spreading out at the, I don't know, 3rd point of the race. So.
We can remember the Ferrari didn't have the best package and the best few races in the beginning of the beginning of the season, but that car looks almighty when he gets into the lead of the race and the control of the race. But now we can see Radev has really lost the time to Duguid, and now it's under pressure from the McLaren of Valjak. Valjak has been so frustrated after the last few races. He would love to have a great result for his McLaren team. Through Maggots and Beckett's he goes. Can he maybe size up a move on the straight to get rid of the Williams ahead of him and to go closer to the Renault Alex Duguid. Mercedes power against the BMW power into Stowe corner. Can he go for it? He goes for it.
Wheel banging.
Radev defends around the outside and keeps the position for now, but can Valjak maybe make another try in the club section? He tries to still side by side and forces Radev off the podium. That was a good move, but was there some contact? We'll see.
Yeah, there was a touch with the wheels, but nothing major.
That was try 1, but into clubs. He tries another dive bomb, but Radev tried something to defend, but yeah, great overtake by Valjak, and now this leaves Radev vulnerable for the Ferrari of Fredriksson, and well, Fredriksson all he needs to do is team play to gain as much points on Williams as possible. So it's in Ferrari's interest to get Fredriksson past Radev. As now Fredriksson to the inside, what a move by Fredriksson.
Time to Valjak ahead, but the move has been
Radev is losing places. Tuvik is now up, still in 9th, trying to overtake Lalonde, who overtook him a few laps ago. We are going towards lap 10. Yeah, very eventful race so far, and yeah, as Tuvik, he knows that his teammate has lost places, he knows that his main championship rival is in the lead of the race. All he wants to do, all he needs to do, is to limit the damage as much as he can. Looking down the order, we have some fights as well. Ben Misery has lost places, and QBO is trying to gain up, and yeah, Jack is lost at the moment. Rikes has 4-second lead to Alex Duguid, but Valjak is right behind the Renault. And can Valjak do anything to even better his position he's in at the moment? This race is looking alright and great for the McLaren driver for now, but when he maybe in few laps gets past Alex Duguid, does he have the power in his car to catch up to the race leader? We'll see. But Alex Duguid is not giving up on it at the moment. He's actually pulling away in this little section. But it seems that the McLaren has almighty straight line speed under that from the Mercedes engine. So it's not surprising when on the straight, after a few laps on the straight, he might get the move done maybe in the corners. Towards lap 11 we are going now. My bad. Nearly halfway stage of the race. Turk is still stuck in 9th, but here come Ferguson has. Never mind, sorry, my bad. Radov is trying to maybe size up a move through Magnus Beckerson onto the straight on Ferguson to get that 4th place back. Oh, he gets Ferguson maybe a bit project the Williams in Magnus Beckerson, but now BMW power against the Ferrari power. Which one is greater? As we can see in the distance, Alex Dugas pulled away. Ferguson defends to the outside of Doe. There wasn't too much of contact to the inside of club section now. But they're still fighting, but Ferguson, sorry, Radov fights his way up back into 4th place. That was a crucial move for Radov, but Ferguson isn't giving up on that one. And we know that Ferguson is really very strong in the final stage of the lap, but Radov has pulled away a bit, so I don't think Ferguson can do too much on this lap. So Valjak isn't really pulling away from Radov this time. I think Radov's car has came back alive, and if only the Ferguson is maybe trying to get him pressurized by Louis Sage and a Jordan in some laps time, because Sage is really closing up as well, and Sage is only about under a second behind the Ferrari driver, so all this fighting is paying dividends for the Jordan driver. Through maggots and packets we go, lap 12, we are past the halfway stage. Turvik really close to LeLong, but he's been really close a lot of laps now, so yeah. LeLong is a living roadblock for the Williams driver, but he got so much better exit now coming onto the straight. Can he maybe fake to the left and then do a dive bomb into the stove? We'll see. He thinks about it, he goes for it, but LeLong defends to the outside. And can we have seen that outside is better for gloves and for so, but Turvik wasn't close enough to pop a move to this section, and Turvik lives to fight another day. He's still even not in the points. Turvik is closing up to LeLong into the chicane section, but you don't see too many moves into here, going up under the bridge. As now up the order we go. Radov is attacking Valjak for the final place on the podium. That Williams is game back alive now. So that's just good for Radov at the moment, because he was leading at one stage.
Possibly Valjak has fallen a bit off too good to allow Radov to catch back up.
Yeah, look at the run.
Radov has third position, last place on the podium.
Yeah. Ferguson has lost out on that battle at the moment. He's quite far back, but maybe he's just saving his car. Onto the straight we go. Radov with the better exit of that corner, but Valjak with the better straight line speed maybe. Dusto, Radov tried to move, but Valjak had it covered. This is great, but this is great fighting at the moment. Radov maybe tried to move in the club section, didn't make it work. Only made himself visible to the McLaren driver. I think what Valjak did was that he used the power he had in his car to get past, and now he's like maybe holding back a bit, just to like restore the power he had. And Valjak's and Radov's battle has allowed Ferguson quite close behind him as well, but not too close yet. Radov maybe tries to make a move into the final stage of the lap. Radov with a bit better exit maybe out of this corner. He could maybe have a run going to Cop's corner. But doesn't really look like it. Lap 13 out of 23, we have 10 laps remaining. Two servos actually quite close to each other as well. That's the first time I'm seeing that in a long time. Whilst on the outside of Ben Misery to the inside of the second last corner. Beautiful move by Wells, but that's only up to P15. But well, that's still good for the Czechia. Into Cop's corner we come. Ben Misery maybe holds back to pop a move to the Maggots and Beckett section. We know that Lucas, lap 14 out of 23. Out of Maggots and Beckett section, but Misery isn't close enough maybe to get a move. Although he's slipstreaming, he was gaining, but now we're having a look up the order. Turvik has got Haas, Borgeland and LeLong, so that's at least good. He's in the points now. But now we are focusing on the top 4 battle. Valjak has lost the place to Radov. So that was coming for a long time, and now Radov has finally got past, and that was to gain
The
section.
move goes around the outside, loses it, but just the amount of momentum he carried through there.
Yes,
just
and now
allowed him to make the move.
Valjak is now maybe under pressure from Ferguson as well in a few laps time, or a few straights time I should say. Radov now wants to catch up to Alex Toogood and the race leader, who is the second Ferrari of Riker Rikes. As we are now on lap 15 of 23, we are with just a few laps just remaining. I can't English today, can I?
Yeah, there's like 9 or 8 laps.
Yes. Anyway, on to the straight we go. Maybe Ferguson can mount pressure to the McLaren driver. He's closer with the slipstream. Ferrari power against the Mercedes power. Can he make a move into Stowe? He can! And Radov tries a switch back, but didn't make it work. He hit the rear, lost a bit too much speed mid-corner. We can see on board, he tried the switchback move, but Ferguson had it covered, came back to the racing line.
No damage on the car though.
No damage on any of the cars, that was lucky.
The rear right tyre there, just going a bit over.
Would he be making Ooh. Oh, we lost the back end.
Yeah, I think Valjak is a bit frustrated in the cockpit. Radov is now closing up to Toogood. And yeah, Rex is just pulling away from this pack.
Rex has about a 4-second lead to second place now, so looking quite stable at the moment.
Make no mistakes, you got it covered. But we know that how easy it is to lose race in just one instance. We've seen it from previous races. But yeah,
well, you just turn left with the right hander and blow up.
Yes. Anyway, QBO is still at the back. He hasn't had a good comeback drive, although yes, we know he had some incidents in the beginning of the race, but here is the race leader.
That leads, honestly, what a lead that Rikes has at this moment in time.
Yes, but it's all that is everything he has to do. He's controlling this race. His championship rival is down in like 7th. So this is all he has to do really.
Very, very good drive.
Ferguson closing up to Radov to make it a double podium for Ferrari. This is great for constructor championship as well for Ferrari, but now Lelong tries to put himself to the points-paying positions, overtaking Casper Bergeland. But Bergeland comes back around the outside. We've seen a lot of defensive moves around the outside of Stowe. And Bergeland manages to keep the position this time. Lego Fentua has his hands full with defending from Jaguar Kubicek, as Reisner is right there as well. And Misery is fighting QBO, or other way around actually. QBO is trying to save anything from his race. But this race is a write-off for the McLaren driver. Coming up the grid, although I should say Turvik is 7th. He's closing up to Sage actually, and he is closing to this battle. Bergson with a good run from the final corner.
Would he get it through Cops corner here?
I don't think that if he keeps this going through Maggots and Beckett, he can mount the pressure come Stowe.
Would he be careful that he doesn't get any damage on his car?
Yeah, he lost a bit time.
Back, I think, to make it into the Stowe.
Yes, but the slipstream is powerful and the Ferrari engine is powerful as well. Look at the slipstream, look at the closing speed. Radov goes to the outside to maybe defend. Fredriksson to the inside, and Radov this doesn't manage to defend. That's Fredriksson up to P3. Can Fredriksson make it a Ferrari 1-2? Closing up and overtaking Alex Toogood? We'll see. There's only a few laps remaining of this race. But Fredriksson maybe
5 laps left, so.
But Fredriksson is maybe feeling a bit pressure from Radov because he was a bit unstable in that corner. But it is at the moment good for Ferrari. They would take the constructors' lead, I believe, at this stage, but we'll see. There's still a few laps to go. As now we are coming closer to the end of lap 19, to the beginning of lap 20. And yeah, at the moment it's looking good for Rikes and Ferrari. Can now Fredriksson close up to Alex Toogood and to make it a nice result, the best result for Ferrari they could make. But Radov is now really close to the Ferrari and he might make a put on pressure onto the Ferrari driver. But we know how powerful is the Ferrari engine, but we also know how powerful is the slipstream. But yeah, Radov closes up on Fredriksson. Fredriksson goes a bit to the outside. Do you maybe try to defend Radov? Does he make a move? He tries it, but Fredriksson defends from the outside and doesn't let Radov to get the move stick. In the club section, Radov thought about the dive bomb in there, but he loses the car bit mid-corner. And yeah, he lost a lot of time there. Now Fredriksson doesn't have as much pressure from Radov now. As we see from the background, Turvik is close enough to Sage. So yeah, Sage has to defend for a few more laps from the Williams driver. Do you try to make anything work? I mean, he would still be in the points, but it's a point or two more. That's always good to have a few more points from the race. Anyway, we are closing to the end of this lap. Can Turvik maybe get a good exit and...
Yeah, decent exit. A good game up into Beckett's and probably going to get down into Stowe, probably, I'm not sure.
Yeah, lap 19, I was a bit wrong with the laps before.
Gets a lot on our Cop's corner there. But
yeah, maybe...
Lose time for him.
Fredriksson is now again having to defend from Radov instead of maybe trying to mount some pressure on Alex.
He's not getting that much in the slipstream though.
Yes, he tried the same move. The same move he tried again, but that didn't make it work. But this time he's much closer. Can he make a dive bomb into this corner? He forced Fredriksson. He's through.
Stuck. Yeah.
Yeah, but can Fredriksson maybe get the confidence back together as well and do the same move next lap? Valjak is closing up as well. Sage has howled Turvik up a bit. But yeah, it's I think only a matter of time when Turvik gets past Sage. Because the Williams call. As Turvik is saying on the radio that he needs more points than he has at the moment. We do agree with you, but it doesn't look like it's happening at the moment. Because I'd say Turvik, the maximum place he could get is 6, unless there's some crushing going on in the battles.
Yeah, unless there's heaps of contact up in the top 5, it looks like Turvik's only going to be able to get 6th if he gets past Sark. So
as we're going towards lap 19, and now I've said it already, but I was a bit wrong with laps that time. But now we are really on lap 20. Now Lalonde is really close to Puaglan. Can he make anything work on the car, on the driver? Cubio is still down there. Has he made another stop? This race hasn't gone to plan to Cubio.
no.
Yeah, Cubio has got some numbers wrong this race, starting from like 18th. Turvik has made quite solid, not the best, but solid comeback drive. But there's Cubio down in second last. Rijks has got everything under control at the moment. Just keep the car on the road for a few more laps and you've got the win. Radov is maybe now keeping Alex Dugard honest, and Fredriksson has his hands. As Fredriksson is now having his hands full to defend from Valjak, as Turvik has got past.
Turvik has got Sark.
Sage, yes. As now... As anyway, we are coming to the end of lap 20. Just 3 laps to go after this lap. Valjak is really close to Fredriksson. I think Valjak has got his McLaren back up and running again. So this will be interesting between these two. Radov is really close to Alex Toogood. And yeah, I think Radov has got Alex Toogood at the end of this straight. Renault power against BMW power. Oh! He tried the move in Maggots Beckett and got it work! That was unexpected. But can Alex Toogood? At the moment we're on replay to see this amazing move he made. Just, yeah, caught Alex Toogood napping, and yeah, but can Toogood pick up the slipstream and make a move into Stowe corner? He is closing. The power of slipstream is real, but doesn't make a move into Stowe. Thinks better of it. As now to the as now, yeah, fun fact, it's at the moment the same order in race that it was in qualifying. can Radov with the few laps to go, can he close up on Rikes and mount a pressure? It's 6 seconds the gap. I don't think he can, but he can try his best. As we are nearing the end of lap 21. After this lap, 2 laps remaining. Fredriksson is closing up on Alex Toogood. Can he still make it a Ferrari double podium? Because he is closing on that Renault, and that Renault seems to lack a bit of pace at the moment. 2 laps remaining then.
The Renault lacking late pace. Sarkers are falling off the back of the toe.
What happened to
Lalonde?
What happened to him? Did he get... Oh, I can see how that hand ended then. I think it happened under the Prit. No, never mind, he still has the front wing. I think Kubicek... Okay, that's how it happened. So Kubicek lost the car.
Into the back of Kubicek.
Kubicek lost the car, and yeah, that is really unfortunate for Lalonde. And he didn't manage to pit as well. So he has to do a lap without a front wing. That is so unfortunate for a Renault driver. And now he pretty much falls down the order because he has no downforce on that car. And lack of grip as well. 2 laps remaining of this race, the British Grand Prix. As Lalonde obviously isn't really happy with Kubicek's shenanigans, but well, what can you do? This guy doesn't seem to get any luck. Lalonde is holding up Curtis that badly, and yeah, gets sideways and then lets Curtis go. Yeah, we can see the frustration of Johnny Lalonde. He seems to catch no luck whatsoever. Curtis had to push Lalonde out of the way to get the move done.
Long pitting this lap, understandably.
Yeah, Rikes is actually still keeping the gap to Radov, and Fredriksson isn't still like made a move on Alex, and Valak is actually catching up to Fredriksson, and there's Turvik, only there's. That's actually so close to the top 5 battle, well, 2nd to 5th battle.
Turvik has had good pace this race, he's just had a not good starting position, so he's not been able to...
Yeah, the 2 Sauers are battling now as well. Haven't seen that in this season actually.
Coming from P20 now.
Yeah, and now he's keeping his team in it.
It's looking like.
Now, obviously Curtis isn't really happy with Lalonde's doings. Well, we can understand that. On to the final lap we are going now. The 2 Saubers are battling, but we have other battles as well. As we are looking at this order now, Fredriksson is actually closing up to Alex, but I don't think it's close enough. And Radov has pulled away from Alex, but yeah, I don't think he can catch the race leader. As now we can see the battle for the final place on the podium. But I don't think Fredriksson is close enough to keep Alex under any pressure anymore. Maybe through the chicanes, and well, we have seen Fredriksson made some moves in the final few corners, Loffield for example, but I think he's quite far now. Valjak is now keeping Fredriksson honest actually, to maybe make a final minutes pass. But as we maybe...
it's going to be the place to do it if Valjak is going to want to make the move through Brooklyn.
Yes, but across the line, Rikes for Ferrari has taken the British Grand Prix. Fredriksson and Valjak are still battling it out, but I don't think Valjak has got the move done. Radov finishes 2nd, Alex Toogood 3rd. Fredriksson just about hold on to Valjak. Fredriksson 4th and Valjak 5th. Turvik got 6th from what was, I believe, 16th to 17th. Yes. There's still some battling between Johnson and Voda for 16th and 17th. That's actually quite sad thing to say. And yeah, what a race this one was. QBO only 18. He didn't actually gain position, he lost the position in the race. That was so bad. That wasn't a good race for the McLaren of QBO. Lalonde got taken his front wing off with 2 laps to go. Had to make a pit stop, get a new front wing on. So not a good race for Lalonde as well. And Jack Quack started 19th, finished 20th, 7 seconds off. Not a good race for the Minardi driver as well. Almost lap as well, the Minardi driver. as we are now waiting for the final few drivers to cross the line. Yeah, Jack Wack. Only time you get screen time is when you finish last. But yeah, this is the race. Raikko Rijks extends his championship lead over Matthew Turvik, winning the race 4.2 ahead of his Dimitar Radev and Alex Dugut rounds up the podium. Top five drivers are the same as the qualifying order. Fun fact. But yeah, really entertaining race this one was. If we are talking about driver of the days, my driver of the day is Matthew Turvik. But yeah, what's your opinions?
I'd probably agree with
today
Turwick.
is Louis H.
Louis pulled a really good performance. Also, Sereznia from last to get to 11th. I think that's a very good effort from Sereznia. So,
yeah, I agree. But yeah, this has been a race. Thank you for joining, and tomorrow we are going to Australia. See you then. Goodbye.